Throughout life, you will encounter challenging situations. Perhaps you're facing them now. This is not unique to you, it's a common human experience. Unfortunately, we often fall into the trap of expecting life to be filled only with joyful and entertaining moments, creating a false reality for ourselves. Regardless of our aversion to it, and despite our efforts to avoid it, we will all eventually face situations that push us to our limits. On the bright side, as human beings, we possess the capacity to control our emotions to varying degrees. This enables us to handle complex situations more effectively and with less suffering. However, even though we possess this capacity, it's not an easy task. Throughout your life, nobody teaches you how to properly manage your emotions. That's precisely why I'm presenting this video today. I will delve into temperance, one of the 4 historical virtues, through a story. Once, a king summoned the wise men of his court and instructed them to create a precious ring with a diamond, enlisting the help of one of the finest local jewelers. The king desired to conceal a message within the ring, a message that could guide him through challenging times. He wanted this message to be a beacon for his heirs and the descendants of his heirs. However, the message had to be brief enough to fit on the diamond, a seemingly insurmountable task. The wise men, well-versed scholars capable of writing elaborate treatises, pondered and searched their philosophical texts for hours, but found nothing that satisfied the king's wishes. Among those present was an elderly servant, who had served both the king and his father. This man was respected as family and held the admiration of all. The king sought his counsel, and he humbly admitted that he wasn't a scholar, yet he possessed the message the king sought. He shared that during his lifetime at the palace, he had encountered various individuals. On one occasion, he met a master who had been a guest of his father. As the servant saw him off, as a token of gratitude, the master had handed him a message. The elderly servant retrieved the tiny piece of paper, and on it, he had recorded the desired message, "This too shall pass." The message held miraculous power. In a moment of crisis, as the king was fleeing on horseback to save his life from pursuing enemies, he reached a precipice with a deep valley ahead. He was trapped, unable to turn back due to the enemy and facing certain death if he went over the edge. At this critical juncture, he recalled the message, opened the ring, and read the words. At that instant, an eerie silence enveloped him. The enemy's sounds faded away, and the king felt an immense peace, despite his dire circumstances. This story reflects the significance of, "This too shall pass." It isn't merely for desperate situations, it's also relevant during moments of euphoria and triumph. It's not solely for when you're feeling defeated, but also when you're feeling victorious. It applies not only to last place but also to first. The king realized that both the bad and the good are transitory. Through this message, he learned that hardship is as transient as happiness. Accepting transience is a key to managing emotions. What you feel right now won't last forever. Consider if you know anyone who has been perpetually happy or perpetually sad. Such extremes are unsustainable in life. Both joyous and sorrowful moments come and go. In times of sadness, embracing the understanding that the sadness will eventually pass aids acceptance. Acceptance isn't about resignation or passivity, it's about understanding that many occurrences are beyond our control. It propels us to take proactive steps when feasible, directing our energy and intention toward change. When facing joyous occasions, enjoy them but with temperance. Don't let euphoria blind you to the reality that such moments are temporary. Historically, those who've forgotten this truth remain unprepared for life's hardships. A historical figure savors joy while maintaining a firm grip on reality. Just as they endure trying times without succumbing to uncontrolled sorrow. This is temperance, the art of moderation. The story I've recounted deals with joy and sadness, but temperance applies to any emotion. No emotion, taken to extremes, yields positivity. Yet, virtually any emotion, managed with moderation, can offer something positive, even negative emotions. Controlled with temperance, they provide valuable life lessons. Seneca aptly defines temperance as the mastery and moderation of impulses and desires, preventing us from veering into excesses or deficiencies. Epictetus describes it as a pleasant harmony of feelings resulting from a life in which desires are controlled, and reason guides. According to Marcus Aurelius, temperance aids in governing and directing our passions and desires, avoiding extremes, and fostering a balanced and moderated life.